Dun 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 This is Millennial Man Motions Entertainment, LLC. I am back with my friend and co-host Avi, and it is the summer of 2023. We're continuing our Die Hard discussion now with Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance, which came out in 1995. And before we get too far into this movie discussion, I just want to say we need some more views on When Harry Met Sally and Die Hard 2, but want to give a thanks out for watching my last video of Being 37. Our together discussion with all of you. Thank you for Die Hard 4.0, Live Free or Die Hard, and for my review of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Thank you to those three movies discussions, and we need more, again, one more views on When Harry Met Sally and Die Hard 2, and the other three that were good, other good view-wise. With all that said, welcome back, Avi. Opening initial thoughts for Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Alright, so even though about that movie it's very it's almost not as great, but I like it about comparing in between of John McClane and Samuel L. Jackson but that takes place like in a big building or something or overnight or one whole night. Now it takes place in New York, and it's a daytime only.
Yeah, it's mostly the daytime, and it's mostly like a running race around the streets of New York.
Yeah, and also because sometimes also they have also what I'm biggest concerned about what I found out that same year there's a tragedy of Oklahoma City bombing.
That was the same year. Yeah, I was in elementary school when the Oklahoma thing happened, and yeah, it was the same year as Oklahoma for sure.
And it's a very big concern about it. And the story plus bill about becoming about bombers, about mad bombers destroying every city.
Right.
That's what they're concerned. They didn't want to make another movie about that to deal with the bombings.
Yeah, similar type thing with all that, for sure. Yeah. One quick thing I would just want to mention before we also get too far into this is that of all the sequels that came after the first classic original, this is the only sequel where the original John McTiernan, the director of the first movie, comes back to direct this sequel.
Well, you know what's so bad? What's happening recently now with John McTiernan about the
What's happening with him now?
He pleaded guilty to perjury and lying to the FBI investigator in regard to his hiring of the private investigator Anthony Pellicano in late 2000 to illegally wiretap the phone calls of two people, one of whom was Charles Roven, a co-producer of his action film remake, Rollerball. He was incarcerated in federal prison from April 2013 to February 2014. During his imprisonment, he filed for bankruptcy amidst foreclosure of the proceedings for his large ranch residence.
I read stuff like that was about him with all that. That's all. That sucks that all that happened and why he could have got out of that kind of stuff happening. But yeah, I heard about it before from reading about it. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to say, outside of him, of course, directing the first movie, he comes back to do this second sequel. I found Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance, to be a really top, well-done sequel. My second favorite sequel is Live Free or Die Hard from 2007, but this is my first favorite. Bringing the director back from the first movie, and then having the main villain be the brother of the guy from for the Hans Gruber, which we'll talk more about. Hans Gruber, which we'll talk more about with Alan Rickman, who passed away, as the main classic villain in movie history with Die Hard 1. We'll get more into later, but I like how in this sequel and bringing the director back, that the brother wants to get revenge on John McClane, This is like a maze around New York, like you said. It's all done in the daylight, and it has all that BOMB theme with similar to the same year coming out with Oklahoma. Yeah, yeah. And you wanted to mention to the audience some of the other connections that Bruce Willis had with Samuel L. Jackson in other movies.
Well, some of the movies before Die Hard about with the Vengeance, they both are credited in the Loaded Weapon 1 about it's a parody about parody of a Lethal Weapon.
Now, who did Samuel L. Jackson play in that parody?
Danny Glover, the Danny Glover type.
Well, I don't know what that is. What kind of character is that?
The African guy, detective, Danny Glover about.
Oh, like a Danny Glover type thing. Okay.
Amelia Estevez to play a part as Mel Gibson.
Okay. All right.
Even what makes a cameo appearance in Loaded Weapon 1 in '93 is that Bruce Willis makes an appearance as the same character in Die Hard movie.
Nice. Cool. That's so cool. Nice. It's really a shame what happened to him health-wise in the early 2020s. All right. What else do you think the audience should know about Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance?
It's also, what's very offensive is about how he first partnered up with Samuel L. Jackson is when he goes to Harlem by wearing the racist slur on this banner on the front parts.
Yeah, there's different cuts of that. There's different cuts of that being more extreme or less extreme of all that kind of stuff going on there. One thing I want to mention before I forget, in different takes of this movie, at the end of the movie, they shot an alternate ending where instead of the... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, where they show about what happens after the dire vengeance when the villains got away. About they show some months passed about when Jeremy Irons is in the Hungarian restaurant.
And go on to say what happened inside the restaurant.
About since he lost his job, Bruce Willis lost his job, and his wife has gone away. So he's track of it down where he is about. By playing riddles each other with a rocket launcher. Right,
so the rocket launcher was in that alternate ending where instead of the original ending where they're outside and Bruce Willis gets him from the helicopter shooting down with the helicopter shooting down somehow with the thing. Yeah, there's like an alternate ending take where there was you're right, you said there was riddles and a rocket launcher and stuff inside a little.
The 2003 or DVD version includes the original ending showing McClane and Simon play a game of chicken with a rocket launcher.
Right.
In this original version, Simon Gruber and his crew get away with the gold, and months later, McClane tracks Simon down in Europe, where in Europe is debated. McClane mentions Germany, but people in the back are speaking Hungarian. The number on the bottom of the aspirin bottle at the phone booth leads McClane to Gruber. The gold was turned into small miniatures of the Empire State Building and smuggled out of the country. McClane is thrown off the force. The police think that he may actually be involved in the heist. The game, quote, game that McClane and Simon play is about riddles that McClane tells Simon is supposed to figure out the answer, or McClane will force him to fire a rocket launcher with his directional arrows removed. So neither will know which direction it will fire until it is actually fired. The scene climax is that McClane forces Simon at gunpoint to fire the rocket launcher, which kills Simon, and McClane is revealed to be wearing a flak jacket, which would have saved his life if the rocket launcher had fired at him instead of Simon. The studio objected to the ending, saying that it made McClane too cruel and heartless, whereas screenwriter Jonathan Hensley said that was exactly the point, to show that McClane had been pushed over the edge by the events of that day, then subsequently losing everything as a result of Simon.
Right, yeah. So I thought that would have been interesting if that was in the actual regular version. But yeah, it was an alternative take, and you really described that really, really well. Now, you mentioned not too long ago about how the director had issues with perjury and lying and such with the FBI. What's interesting is that part of the plot of this movie is that the enemy, whatever Simon character, Alfred from Batman, Ben Affleck, how their plan is to go into the Federal Reserve stock of a thing, wherever that is. And what it made me think of is in '95 with them wanting to do that with the Federal Reserve plan is almost like a '90s updated version of Goldfinger going after the Knox in 1964's Goldfinger.
Yeah, that gold thing.
Yeah, with the gold.
Yeah, even I thought sometimes they had to get away with the truck. It sounds like the beginning of Dark Knight about how they rob banks. About
right. Well, a truck in Dark Knight things.
Bus, use a school bus as a getaway.
Yeah, yeah. We could maybe do an updated talk on the Dark Knight when in a few years or some years down the line, because there's still so much more to say about the Dark Knight. But yeah, the Federal Reserve thing was to me like kind of '90s updated thing of the Goldfinger thing. And what else did I want to say? It'll come back to me. What else you got about this movie? What else do you think the audience should know while I think about other stuff?
Early in his acting career, Jeremy Irons was a co-presenter of the fondly remembered British preschool children's series, Play School, and the spin-off Play Away on the BBC. Part of the role, a kids in a nursery school, preschool, Montessori schools teacher setting, was reading stories, acting out little dramas, singing songs, interacting with the series toys, and reciting nursery rhymes at popular children's series. Oh,
he did that with the children's stuff there? I didn't know that stuff. Okay, well, I just thought of what I...
That's fun. Nowadays it's all about he planned to blow up the school.
Well, that was part of the plot of trying to blow up the school in the movie, I think. Yeah. Now, I remembered what I wanted to say about this movie that came back to me. What I wanted to say was, there was a very brief scene where the main bad guy, Simon, Jeremy Irons, he has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend in this movie that helps him with the plot, with the villain, this plan.
Sam Phillips.
What's that?
Her name's Sam Phillips.
What was the name? Sam Phillips. So Sam Phillips plays the girlfriend character of the main villain, and towards the end of the movie, when they think they're getting better to winning and stuff, him and his girlfriend have a quick kind of little sex scene.
Yeah, that's very, very unusual.
Yeah.
But Sam Phillips, that's the only role, but mostly she's known as a pop and country singer.
Oh, she's mostly known for her country singing?
And Christian music.
And the Christian music? Okay, I just knew her from the movie there then. Okay. What are your thoughts or opinions on the not from the other movies they were in, but specifically Die Hard with a Vengeance? What do you make between the relationship between John McClane and then Samuel L. Jackson's character in this movie? Do you think they work?
What I like about that is a part about it's very like it's like police were working with the African civilians working the shop.
Right.
It's almost like
the Harlem. That was during the Harlem stuff, right?
Stuff starting from the Harlem about even it's not like police being it's not like a history about the police officer related with the African American civilians about it's something they had to team up with about something uncommon.
Yeah.
Just like even sometimes it almost get into Samuel L. Jackson almost get into risky parts. Even I like about the subway part.
All right, let's talk about the subway part. What do you think of the subway part?
Even it has one scene about in the subway about when Samuel L. Jackson had to get to the phone. He's almost caught by police about something about doing suspicious. He says Samuel L. Jackson said, "I'm only just getting my phone." And it's the same thing they did. Samuel L. Jackson does the same thing in the Incredibles, the Pixar, the Incredibles, when he has to drink water from the cooler.
Oh, something about the Incredibles there? Okay.
You ever saw the Incredibles?
No, I haven't. I'm not into the Disney stuff, but that's cool though. Incredibles, I heard about though.
It's a homage of all the superhero films.
Right. Yeah.
He plays the voice as a Frozone.
Yeah. The thing about Samuel L. Jackson is like since the 80s, maybe even longer, he's been in so many different kinds of movies.
Like in the Coming to America as a stick-up guy.
Oh yeah, especially in that little scene with the Coming to America.
And also Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee.
Of course, all the Spike Lee type stuff as well. And now, I guess, more recently, he's more known as Nick Fury for Marvel Universe.
And he's also in Steven Spielberg movie in the Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he's in Jurassic Park. He's in 1993's Jurassic Park, Spielberg. Yeah, he's in that one. He's in so much stuff.
So but Pulp Fiction makes him the starting point.
Yeah, say it again?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, he plays that bearded character in Pulp Fiction.
And Jahurley curls.
Yeah, and I also thought he was interesting in Django Unchained.
Yeah,
and
sometimes he works with and also sometimes and also like the one Jackie Brown.
Then also with the Jackie Brown, all that stuff too. I don't really believe when Quentin Tarantino says it's his last movie, because when you have a creative ideas, you're not going to just have a last anything. You'll always have something after, even though Quentin Tarantino claims to have a last movie coming up. I think he's going to keep going with more projects.
And Samuel Jackson's other roles besides Nick Fury, he plays like the ones in charge of a spy organization called Triple X.
Oh yeah, that's right, the Triple X movie with Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, yeah.
Yeah, not like the second movie was not good because it didn't bring Vin Diesel back. It was just had
But now he brings it back, and the third is
in the third one, but the third one was kind of too. Also, I kind of like the first one was all right, but I didn't care so much for the second and third one. But yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's in a lot of stuff. I think he in this movie, them having to team together around New York. They have to work well together, figure out the maze running around.
Also, they say that the racial argument is partially based on the Defiant Ones, the classic movie about 1958, about Sidney Poitier and Tony Curtis. It's about the prisoners who are chained together. One's white, the one's.
Is that where they got some of the inspiration from that movie?
Yeah, the racial arguments.
Oh well, okay, nice. Unfortunately, about a year and a half, year or two ago, Sidney Poitier passed away, and I believe the other guy did as well. Would you say Tony Curtis?
Tony Curtis.
I think Tony Curtis. Yeah, I think Tony Curtis is also gone.
Well,
and now was Tony Curtis the actual father of Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yes, he's married to Janet Leigh.
Right, with Janet Leigh, so yes. Yeah, I just thought after 9/11, 2001 happening in real life, it's just a shame, missed opportunity that we never got to have a True Lies 2.
Yeah, that never happened.
Yeah.
That happened. That was also the last time that the producers to be produced by Joel Silver and Lawrence Gordon. They cannot produce that third movie because they have a fallout with Bruce Willis and the creative difference.
Wait, what happened? Where and when was there a fallout from all this?
Joel Silver and the actor Bruce Willis.
Oh, okay.
They didn't work out together, even the last Boy Scouts.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, right. Now, did it say in the stuff you were saying about the director if he ever got released from all the bad stuff that he was doing? If he got to be free again?
It's very hard to. It's like he's no longer working the film since he had problems with brain.
Okay, yeah, that's sad. That's sad. Then in the case that he'll never go back to work with films because of all that.
Other films he does besides Die Hard. He's now directed
the Predator.
And The Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, The Hunt for Red October.
The worst movie he did is the one about the Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right, yeah. Yes. Okay, now I want to ask you, it doesn't have, there's so many multiple things on these pages from all movies, but is there any noteworthy trivia that you think the audience should know about? Just a few bits of trivia, not all of it though, because there's so much.
Right. According to Quentin Tarantino, the writer and director of Pulp Fiction, Lawrence Fishburne was originally slated to co-star in Die Hard with a Vengeance, but he wanted $1 million to play the role. The producers balked at paying that much, and after seeing Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction at the Cannes Film Festival, they instead gave a role to Jackson. This was ironic because Tarantino said he originally wanted Fishburne to play the role of Jules in Pulp Fiction, which ultimately went to Jackson. Fishburne wanted to play Jules in Pulp Fiction, but his managers advised against it because they told him he would effectively be typecast as a supporting character instead of playing the starring roles he sought to attain.
Right, and about that, there was something about Lawrence Fishburne being offended that some people mistook him to actually be Samuel Jackson when they're totally different looks-wise.
And Samuel Jackson almost be cast in The Matrix, but instead Lawrence Fishburne plays Morpheus.
Yeah, I can't see anyone else being Morpheus outside of Lawrence Fishburne, and I can't see anybody else as Neo outside of Keanu Reeves.
It's a voice difference. A voice difference.
Yeah.
But no, Samuel.
No. There's a voice difference, but I'm saying physically, Samuel L. Jackson and Lawrence Fishburne don't look anything like each other.
Even not to mention the eyes.
Except maybe those eyes, but that's why Lawrence Fishburne was offended that they got, or maybe it was either Lawrence Fishburne be offended or Samuel L. Jackson or both. But whatever the case may be, yeah, they were mixed in about the different movie characters to be part of.
And Samuel L. Jackson and Lawrence Fishburne both all starred in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like Lawrence Fishburne that plays the Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Samuel L. Jackson is Nick Fury.
Yeah, we mentioned that how most people know now Samuel L. Jackson is Nick Fury for the Marvel Universe, and you're right. And Lawrence Fishburne played what character in the Ant-Man again? What kind of character did he play in the Ant-Man?
He plays one of the scientists.
Right, scientist type stuff. Yeah, right, scientisty type stuff. Well, listen,
McClane's ridiculous Targo, played by Dick Wyman, for his science by calling him Lurch, making specific reference to the Addams Family. The scene immediately cuts to bomb expert Charles Weiss.
Well, okay. Well, listen, yeah, the thing is, I want to mention one more thing about Lawrence Fishburne before we go back to the Die Hard stuff. I want to say that I didn't think the fourth Matrix movie was needed to be made, but when it was being made, I got really offended that Lawrence Fishburne wasn't being brought back as Morpheus when Neo and Trinity were. And the other thing about that is that what they claim to say by one of the directors from the original movies, who one of them came back for the fourth movie to direct. What they claim is that in the video game storyline, Lawrence Fishburne's character was killed off somewhere by something, and that's why he wasn't. But that doesn't make any sense to me, because if he was killed off in the video game, weren't Neo and Trinity killed at the end of the third movie?
They were killed in the movie, but that's when they said the filmmaker was so guilty they should have brought
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they're able to bring Neo and Trinity back from the end of the third movie, then they could have found a way to bring Lawrence Fishburne back instead of whoever played him instead in the new fourth movie. But yeah. That's my personal feelings about the Matrix stuff there, Matrix sequels. But back to Die Hard with a Vengeance. A few more bits of trivia, and then we'll go over some quotes.
What you say about that? I say about the later part of the McClane ridiculous Targo, played by Dick Wyman, for his science by calling him Lurch, making specific reference.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, back up. Who was Lurch?
Yeah, Targo.
Who is that? Who is that?
Lurch is an Addams Family character.
Oh, okay. Why did he call somebody Lurch?
Ridiculous Targo, one of the main henchmen of Die Hard.
Oh, okay, calling them Lurch. All right. About all that stuff when the action with the henchmen and stuff, I thought one of the really well done scenes of the action of him with the thugs, with the henchmen thugs, or whatever, the people underneath the boss guy, is that when he's inside the one building with them. And of course, like you said, because every movie in the sequel has at least one scene with an elevator. He's in the elevator, and he knows that they're.
And also he takes out the rogue FBI. They're not one.
Yeah. So he's in the elevator with all of them, and he knows that they're about to kill him. So he starts saying stuff, talking about the lottery and all this, and he's able to kill them all when he's inside the lottery, inside the elevator like that.
Just like the action in the elevator, Captain America, the Winter.
I was thinking of that in the same line, since we were talking about Nick Fury. Yeah, we had Captain America do his thing inside the elevator in Winter Soldier. But then when it came to Infinity War and Endgame, he did a different take of that, where he's to let them pretend they're on their side when he says Hail Hydra, as a different take than how it was in the Winter Soldier scene. He'll say Hell Hydra, and that'll make them think that he's with their team. And then he goes and faces off each other again with Captain America versus Captain America. America's ass, or you have a nice ass or something. But yeah, I just thought any movie that has elevators, any show or movie that has elevators, you're going to get some kind of an entertaining scene to watch.
Or the elevator scene, the opening of Speed.
Oh, sure. If there's an elevator scene, what happened with the elevator scene in Speed? Tell us a bit about that real quick.
The Speed, about the main villain bombed the elevator shaft, so it's up to Samuel L. Jackson and the SWAT team to get them out. before it goes away.
Did you say Samuel L. Jackson? I didn't think he was in
No,
Speed.
no, I mean Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves.
Oh, okay, yeah. Keanu Reeves again.
Keanu Reeves,
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. I think Keanu Reeves is always going to be known for like 3 or 4 things. Whoever he played in Point Break in '91, Point Break. Then 2, the guy he played in Speed. But then 3 and 4, really much. Neo in The Matrix and John Wick. He'll always be known for those 3 or 4 roles.
Not to mention, what about the Bill and Ted Excellent?
Oh, of course, that's a 5th role. Yeah, he'll be known for 5 different roles. You're right, Bill and Ted. He'll be known for 5 different roles. Yeah.
And do you know Keanu Reeves voice acting Batman and League of Super Pets?
I know. I heard about that. He was the voice for that. So that's his one little opportunity to kind of be Batman.
I thought Neo looks like very Batman-ish.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Keanu Reeves would have made a good Batman.
Yeah, if he wears a mask or something.
Right, but the voice thing is cool that he got to do at least. Yeah.
Jeremy Irons plays the brother of an Alan Rickman character from the first film. Rickman went on to appear in the Harry Potter films, and his death scene from Die Hard was a model for the scene in which he kills Dumbledore.
No, wait, what happened with Harry Potter and Dumbledore? What happened there?
Alan Rickman, the main villain in the first movie of Die Hard, he's best remembered as plays Professor Snape in the Harry Potter series.
Okay.
Because in one of the scene about when Snape kills Dumbledore's death scene is a model after what happened to Alan Rickman's death scene in the first Die Hard, where he falls down the building. Wait.
Well, in Harry Potter now, this scene you're describing, what is it doing in reference to the Die Hard?
Alan Rickman kills the headmaster, Professor Dumbledore, with the killing curse. When he showed the scene of Dumbledore's falling down from the tower, it's modeled after Alan Rickman Hans Gruber's death scene in the end of Die Hard. So you have slow motion death.
It's a similar. The Harry Potter death scene is somewhat similar to Die Hard. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the death scene. Yeah, slow motion falling down.
Okay.
Down there's slow motion.
Okay. Oh, similar slow motion type death. Okay. One or 2 more bits of trivia, and then let's go over some of the quotes from the movie.
Yeah. On the DVD commentary, director John McTiernan mentions that Dick Cheney appears in the scene.
Did you say Dick Cheney?
Dick Cheney, yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Wait,
he says here he is, but Dick Cheney is not in the film. The
he's not really
shown in the scene has a slight physical resemblance, but it's not Dick Cheney. McTiernan made an error.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. So one thing I want to say before I forget that I just remember now also is that there were live action appearances of his wife in the first 2 movies, 1 and 2, but in the 3rd movie, he's just trying to call her on the telephone line.
But this is the first movie. This is the first movie about. This is the only Die Hard film about. He has no wife, as children are in danger. That he does anything for this one, he only does for the city. Yeah. Yeah,
he's in New York City in the daytime, running around in the mazes with everything. He only tries to call her on the phone line, and then we'll get to finally meet his adult daughter in the 4th movie, which we've spoken about. Thank you to everybody who watched our review discussion on the 4th movie.
Right. 4th movie, what?
Let's go over some of the quotes.
Okay, let me get to it.
Sure. You're really good at performing quotes. If you guys haven't already checked out our podcast on Blazing Saddles, 1974, the way that Avi does the delivery lines for Blazing Saddle was hilarious.
Okay, it's Zeus Electric Shop, and Zeus says, "Now, where are you going? School? Why? To get educated. Why? So we can go to college. And why is that important? To get respect. Now, who's the bad guys? Guys who sell drugs. Guys who have guns. And who's the good guys? We're the good guys. Who's going to help you? Nobody. So who's going to help you? We're going to help ourselves. And who do we not want to help us? White people. That's right. Get out of here. Go to school."
That's good. You're right. You're right. So you're saying, like you said, it's all this stuff where they wanted to go back to the late 50s Sidney Poitier movie to get that whole racial stuff going on.
Right. Here's a time with John's liquid bomb on a freighter. "Damn, McClane, you know I was just starting to like you." "Yeah, well, don't. I'm an asshole." "What are you talking about now?" "I liked you, sis." "About what? You remember? I said Weiss found that bomb up in Harlem?" "Yeah." "They found it down in Chinatown." Now that's low. Even for a white motherfucker like you, that's low. I told you I was an asshole.
Very good, very nice. That's good. That was good delivery of all that.
Let's see. After dropping McLean off in the Harlem with a sign that says "I hate niggers," we'll be back to pick you up in 15 minutes. Take your time. I expect to be dead in 4.
He said, what was the last part of it? Be dead at what?
I expect to be dead in 4 minutes. We'll be back. Expect the cop says we'll be back to pick you up in 15 minutes. Take your time. I expect you to be dead in 4.
Oh, take your time. Be dead in 4. Okay.
And the racist slur.
Oh, right. Now when everybody just heard Avi read the lines off of the one part there where it said the N word, it's going to be the thing is that. Good. It's just a good thing we're not putting this on YouTube because somebody on YouTube would be offended by that. But he didn't mean it like in an antagonist attack racial type way. Like he was just reading what was off the quote, so he didn't actually mean to say the N word like that. It's just kind of there. So don't be so offended by so much.
Okay, about to call Simon with the answer to another riddle. No, wait, it's a trick. What do you mean? I forgot about the man. What man? Fuck the man. I got 10 seconds here. He said, how many were going to say Ives, right? The riddle begins, as I was going to say Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. The guy and his wives aren't going anywhere. What are they doing? Seeing the fucking road, waiting on the moor. How the hell should I know?
Very nice. Oh.
And McLean and his youth are arguing over how to solve the water jug problem at the water fountain in the park. John McLean said, I'll put my foot up your ass, you dumb mother. Yeah, what? You're gonna call me a nigger, weren't you?
I'm sorry. Well, everybody. He didn't mean it again in some sort of whatchamacallit way. He's just reading the quotes. It's not meant to really like actually attack someone. But really, honestly. I don't even think black people should use that word. That word is just so heated. It's just so much of a problem. But anyway, just be happy this isn't being put on YouTube because this would have been banned on YouTube the way he said that already.
I promise I'm not saying the N-word.
It came out twice. I get the delivery had to be said. But yeah, you kind of had it out there. So if anybody's offended, well, I'm sorry, but you get offended too easily.
After realizing that all the city cops are busy searching schools for Simon's bomb.
All right, the schools stuff.
What is it that Wall Street doesn't have? What is it? Is this shit catchy? You're talking in riddles. No, man, stay with me. What is it that Wall Street doesn't have? What? Schools. And what is it they got? They got a shitload of? Look at Federal Reserve building. What? So that's what they don't know the school that every FBI agents are distracted trying to prevent bombs in school, but they didn't know they distracted. They didn't protect.
It was supposed to be the school. Yeah, the school thing was supposed to be a distraction to something else, right? The school, like they ended up the schools ended up being okay. It was a distraction for something bigger or different, right?
Yeah. Simon Gruber, as McLean answers a payphone,
yes,
birds of a feather flock together. So do pigs and the swine. As nice as our chance, as well as I had mine. Nice rhymes. Why was the phone busy? Who are you calling? So John, the psychic hotline. I advise you to take this more seriously. Well, this is public phone. What do you want me to say? Sent me a nudge.
So Jeremy Irons, he played the brother of really bad in this one. Vengeance. He played this main baddie part really well. I mostly like him as Alfred in the Ben Affleck Batman movies. And again, did you mention the phone again? I thought because this is 1995, the internet isn't too prevalent with culture and society yet. How there's still payphones around. Where now these days you'll be lucky to even find a payphone.
Yeah, like maybe that was mostly as a cell phone than smartphone.
Yeah.
Or Skype.
Right, all that. Yeah, mostly smartphones.
Right. Simon Gura, back to the quote. Simon Gura, you could simply say that there was a fat woman on it, and it took you a minute to get her off. Both McLean and Zoo give shocked faces. Now, there's a significant amount of explosive in the trash receptacle next to you. Try to run, it goes off now.
Ooh.
We're not going to run, but I got 100 people out here. That's the point. Now, do I have your attention? As I was going to say Ives, I meant a man with 7 wives. Every wife had 7 sacks. Every sack has 7 cats. Every cat has 7 kittens. Kittens, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to say Ives? My number is... Whoa, wait a minute. I didn't get all that. Say it again. Not a chance. My number is 555, and the answer, call me in 30 seconds or die.
That were some good lines from for Simon and the main baddie there. Did you do any between John McClane and Samuel L. Jackson's character or no?
Last lines. Oh shit. What? I left Holly hanging on hold. Call her back. She's gonna be pissed. She'll get over it. I know this. Like I said, she's a very stubborn woman. She had to stay married to you.
Very nice. Yeah. All right.
Right? Walter's office says, whoa, I'm not going anywhere. Simon says, you got to go. I'm not jumping through hoops for some psycho. That's a white man with white problems. You wait there, call me when he crosses 110th Street.
Something about crossing a street? Oh, okay, yeah.
10th Street. That's the name of the song. In the 70s, the song across 110th Street. That's a place where they...
Oh, I never heard of that. That's interesting. I don't know what that is. Okay.
Across... Like, you know the opening song of Jackie Brown?
What's the opening song for that?
Across 110th Street.
Oh, I don't know. How does it go? Something about crossing streets?
110th Street.
Oh, all right. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, as far as the director Quentin Tarantino is concerned, I don't believe for a second that he's going to have his last movie. He's a creative person, so he's going to keep having more projects. Don't buy it being his last thing.
Even though what we're concerned about, every movie is now going to be able to stream on this for a home media format. About that.
Wait, what's happening with the home video format? What's going on with that?
Because recently on the news about the Disney DVD are not releasing. The Disney are not releasing any more DVD in Australia.
Australia, right? I heard about that in Australia.
It's all because of streaming.
Streaming ruined that. I think physical media should stay in with bonus special features, Blu-rays. I think it's really sad that it's really sad that streaming has destroyed physical media. Really bad.
Like we once had VHS, but now that DVD takes over. Right. So now what's next? Streaming is.
Well, no, Well, after VHS was DVD, after DVD was Blu-ray, after Blu-ray was digital media or something, digital stuff.
4K or 4K.
Or 4K and digital media type stuff. So there's always something, but like you and I grew up with VHS, so it was sad that VHS don't really work anymore. We just
They have a Laserdisc, or they have Laserdisc.
I never used Laserdisc, so I don't know how Laserdisc works, but I know that was one of the forms also. I'm not exactly sure how Laserdisc works, but we just reached 37 minutes in, just to let you know time-wise, we're 37 minutes in, so we're gonna continue talking about what happened with Australia. It's just like
Australia and New Zealand are stopping releasing any more DVDs made from.
I think it's very bad because I think if streaming takes over everything, which it seems to has already, I really think, and I mentioned it in one of my last podcasts on the physical media, that there's nothing like having a physical media where you can put it into your thing if everything else is offline and watch, listen to director's commentary and other special bonus features.
Alternate endings.
Or alternate endings, alternate outtakes. Like there's nothing like having a physical copy to put in if everything comes offline. So it's very, very sad that in the 2020s everything is streaming when there are still enough people that knows that physical media, in my opinion, physical media is better than streaming, but streaming's taking over, unfortunately, more so. At this point now, I want to get your final thoughts and opinions.
And one more thing about for physical media.
Sure.
Go to a website called DVD Release Date, and it might show about what's new coming soon about to be released.
I didn't even think they kept making DVDs with nobody watching DVDs anymore.
Well, only if you go into a libraries or something.
Oh, you just only in libraries, yeah. Everybody, I got a DVD-related solo video coming up, so look out for that. Something very important to me and unique that I want to talk about and really plug out. But that's a whole other video. Right now, I want to say, Avi, I want your final thoughts and opinions on Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to say about that using an N-word during the...
Oh yeah, you said it like 2 or 3 times. Everybody, he meant no harm by that stuff. Don't be so whatchamacallit. So we're not putting this on YouTube, or else they really wouldn't have liked that. He's not he's not racist. He's not against black people. He was just reading lines off the script of the quotes. Don't be so offended on. Man, people are so offended by so much these days. But thanks for clarifying to everyone about that part. But rest of your final thoughts and opinions on Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Right. My final opinion, even it's good to have a two person the opposite side about work together in New York about
yeah, this was the first movie in their series where they actually had him John McClane work together with someone else. That was like he was kind of still mostly on his own in the second movie, but by the time it's not till the third movie where he gets to actually get to work with somebody.
Yeah, and that's why. And there's also not developed about police are very mishandling about this
right.
For serious investigation.
Right.
Because the New York scene about it reminds me. My parents always like to watch the Law and Order.
Oh sure, yeah, Law and Order stuff, yeah. Yeah. Okay. And what would be your grade for this? How would you grade Die Hard with a Vengeance?
I say B to the C.
Yeah, I'll give it a B. Also, I'll give it a B. Letter grade of a B.
Well, it's a sort of good one about like.
I think of all the sequels, I think it's the best sequel of all the sequels, with Live Free or Die Hard being my second favorite sequel, but Die Hard with a Vengeance being the best sequel, partly because of bringing the director Bragg to have his vision for a sequel outside of the first one.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just about to reach 41 minutes in. If you guys like this, again, we need more views on Die Hard 2 and on When Harry Met Sally. And Avi's going to let me know in his schedule when he's available for us to finish off our Die Hard franchise discussion with, of course, the classic first movie in 1988, Die Hard 1. I know you have a Shore Beach thing on Thursday, but let me know when you're available to finish this off with the very first movie. And then we're going to be doing the 3 early 90s Ninja Turtles movies. Yep, yeah. Can't wait to hear Avi's thoughts and opinions on the early Turtles 90s movies, the live action ones. Alright, and that's about it for the Die Hard with a Vengeance. Avi, don't disconnect so quickly. I'm now going to do my outro concluding lines.
Right.
Okay, here we go. Everybody, support your local movie theater. Support your local movie theater throughout the decade of the 2030s to see a big screen movie on the big silver screen, with a bunch of strangers in a big communal-like experience. Because there's nothing like seeing a movie at the movies like Tom Cruise wants us to see movies on the big screen the way they're meant to see. Especially for things like Top Gun Maverick, John Wick Chapter 4, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, and hopefully next year with Deadpool 3 and Dead Reckoning Part 2, and fingers crossed, we never thought we'd see this, but after 1988, Beetlejuice 1, Beetlejuice 2, which is going to have Monica Bellucci, and now, since we want to keep this current, we want to give a rest in peace now to the other Tim Burton project outside of Beetlejuice, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I think it's called Big Adventure 85. Right. Yeah, so rest in peace to Paul Rubens, rest in peace to Pee Wee Herman, to keep this current. Rest in peace to Pee Wee Herman. And to
Sinead O'Connor.
Oh yeah, I heard about her also, for anybody that likes her. Yes, and she's also recent as well, to keep it current. Thank you. All right, so we're going to see you all in Die Hard 1 discussion, the first movie that started it all. And, anything else you want to tell the audience before we close out?
Well,
that's about it. So we'll see you in Die Hard and in the Turtles. Everybody dance and have a good time. This is friend and co-host Avi and Millennial Man Motions Entertainment LLC signing out till Die Hard 1.
See ya.
See ya.